Unless you've been living under a rock, you may have noticed that our climate is changing. But here's the deal, it's been changing for billions of years. But we have scientists and activists within the United States and throughout the world that believe that they can control the weather. What could possibly go wrong? How's everybody doing today? My name is Ty with Right IQ. Thank you for joining me today. And I want to have a little bit of a conversation about geoengineering. I don't know if you've heard about it or not. It's a process that they put in place that where they spray or inject things up into the air or the atmosphere to try to block the sun's rays. And for me, this isn't necessarily a conversation about climate change. We can debate about that later. I don't really think that YouTube is the platform to be doing that on. But geoengineering affects us all. And they've been doing it for a long time. You've seen the chemtrails and everything like that. They died down under President Trump. I significantly noticed them dying down. But they've picked up a lot since, Joe Biden has come into office. I don't know if you can correlate that with Joe Biden or not, but geoengineering is something that is highly debated and could get me in trouble on YouTube, but I'm going to go ahead and step into that water anyways because I think it's important. Geoengineering is a studied process to where they believe that they can cool down the Earth's surface by injecting things into the atmosphere. The problem is that has not been studied enough, and it could have dramatic impact on our society, our farming, how we live our daily lives. You could have a mass die off because what happens here on this side of the earth, whatever we do, could have a drastic impact on the other side of the earth. Whatever happens has an equal and opposite reaction. But we've never studied this on a large scale. And so my question to you is, should we be doing it? My thought process is no, because we are not only messing with the present, we are messing with the future. And we're doing it with a blindfold on, hoping and praying with our fingers crossed and our eyes shut that everything works out the way we want it to. But in my experience, rarely do things work out the way you want them to. But for them to be able to make these kind of decisions without checking with the public, meaning in the United States and Africa and, Russia and China, because it impacts everybody. What happens here has an impact over there. So we shouldn't be taking this lightly and just assuming that everybody's on board with this. If we want to, I don't know, do some geoengineering, maybe start doing some geoengineering on Mars so that maybe we could start making that place habitable again. But with that being said, let's start having this conversation right now. I want you to go ahead and take a look at this little clip, and then we'll come in afterwards and do some evaluation of that.
If the world is getting too hot, why not give it some shade? That's the simple idea behind solar geoengineering, a radical response to global warming, which could rapidly halt rising temperatures.
You'd reduce those peak temperatures that are very destructive.
But is it too good to be true?
It would be like living underneath a 100-ton boulder ready to fall at any time.
As the debate heats up, how does the world decide if this technology is a risk worth taking?
See, my feeling is that these scientists and activists and politicians are so eager to jump out there and prove that they are doing something, that they are going to damage this planet even worse than what they believe it already is. I'm not one of those people that think that the Earth is going to be dying off in the next 10 years or 15 years. We're ants in the solar system. Climate changes have been going on for billions of years. Look at what happened with the dinosaurs. And the Earth healed itself. Why do we feel that it is so important for us to come in here and play God and risk ruining everything that we have, everything that we've accomplished as a society, as humanity? Why is it so important for them to feel so smart that they can control the weather? They aren't thinking into the future. They're thinking about right now. But when they're thinking about right now, are they asking the American people? Are they asking the Chinese people? Are they asking the Australian people? What about the European people? The Russian people? Are they asking them how they feel about this? No, they're going to go into this and do this because they know more than you do. We've all seen those planes up in the sky, the chemtrails. We've all seen them. It litters our sky. That's exactly what they're doing. They are trying to influence the weather. The problem is that now we have, let me call them a geoterrorist or eco-terrorist, that believe that they are not willing to wait for approval, for the studies, for the testing, to make sure this is all safe. They're moving forward without any type of permitting, without any type of regulation. I ran into this article. Take a look at this. This article is from the Gateway Pundit. What could go wrong? Startup releases particles into the atmosphere to stop climate change. The global warming hysteria has now reached such absurd heights that the startup company will now attempt to control the weather via solar engineering. Unsurprisingly, such a move could have deadly unintended consequences if widely adopted. MIT Technology Review reported Saturday that a company called Make Sunsets has successfully launched weather balloons from Mexico that have released sulfur particles into the atmosphere. Luke Eisman, the co-founder and CEO, claims that because climate change presents such an imminent threat, bizarre interventions like this are necessary. It is morally wrong, in my opinion, for us to not be doing this, said Eisman. What's important is to do this as quickly and safely as we can. Disturbingly, Make Sunsets made this attempt at solar engineering without informing the public or even attempting to engage scientists. Experts who spoke with MIT Technology Review uniformly condemned this move. See, this organization out of Mexico, let's just call it how it is. They're eco-terrorists. They have no consideration for what kind of impact this might have on the plant life, on the animal life. This could cause mass starvation, a mass human die-off, and all they care about is dropping the Earth's temperature a couple of degrees. That's more important than everything else. And you might be asking yourself, how are they getting the funding for this? Well, they're selling carbon credits. And they stated that they will buy as much sulfur as they can buy with the carbon credits that you purchase. And let's not kid ourselves. There are a lot of people who are willing to pay this guy as much money as they possibly can because they have drank the Kool-Aid of climate change and geoengineering. But there's a flip side to this coin that this organization just isn't even looking into. This could have a catastrophic impact on our climate, not just today, but in the future. Take a look at this clip.
Some also fear being locked into solar geoengineering without any reverse gear. If humans fail to reduce emissions and rely on solar geoengineering alone, it could mean having to do it forever. In the worst-case scenario, stopping it abruptly could bring a disastrous termination shock.
The word is terror. If anything forces the solar geoengineering to stop, we're hit with catastrophic warming. It would be like living underneath a 100-ton boulder just perched over your head, ready to fall at any time.
Some scientists advocating research into solar geoengineering argue that termination shock could be avoided by gradually winding it down over decades. But would thinking less globally and more locally about solar geoengineering help to balance some of the risks associated with it?
Like I said before, I don't think that humanity should be playing God. But with that being said, I don't know what type of an impact this is going to have, and I don't believe that anybody does. What I do believe is that there should be some heavy, heavy, heavy regulations on people's ability to change the climate. You could be bringing on the next world war. If we lower the temperature in the United States by 2 degrees, but yet we end up lowering the temperature in Russia 40 degrees, you're going to be looking at a world war, because half of the population is not going to be happy with our side of the world. And I don't think that we should be messing around with this kind of stuff. Myself, it's not worth the risk. I would rather just see what Earth has in store for us, and I will take that in stride. But I don't think that these activists and scientists and politicians have the answer. When have they ever been right? That's my opinion. What's your opinion? Let me know down in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share this video with all of your friends. With that being said, I will see you folks on the next video. Thank you for watching this video. Ride IQ is a new channel, so please like, subscribe, and share this video with all of your friends, because we have to support each other if we're going to win this battle. And if you agree or disagree, please leave your comments below so that we can have that discussion together. And I'll see you on the next video.